Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Side Order. I am your host for today, Odinson, and welcome to Scary Little Trees, my stream where I am going to paint a picture live right here onto this canvas. And maybe whatever I paint might end up on some merch. We'll just have to see how this all turns out. I do already have a pretty good idea. Adjust my camera. There we go. Okay, I do have a pretty good idea already what I'm going to paint, so I'm going to get my extremely dirty palette here. And we'll get to it. I suppose I'll show you this if you'd like. Here you go. I painted that for Boo Boo the other day. She asked me to paint a cartoon kitty. So, I know what I'm doing here. So first of all, let's get a brush. Not that one. Let's go with that guy. Go with that guy. Right there. Because I want a nice smooth coat first to begin with. I'm going to go with a little yellow. There's going to be a lot of yellow in this one. That's for sure. And where's my brow? There, oh, that's black. Hard to tell sometimes from the top. There it is. That's me shaking the crap out of them there. You can just catch the shadow of it, I think. There we go. Now that should give me a nice tan color. Just get one of my mixing rods here. Stir it up. Don't need quite enough. Okay, that's close. That's close. A little more brown. Sorry, adjusting your colors, right? You gotta get the right color. And I tend to be one of those maniacs who just buys like 3 basic colors and then just mixes everything I need. I prefer to do it that way. Call me crazy. Trying to get a nice tan. That's almost there. Almost there. I think what I need now is. Good morning, Tiny Ninja. How you doing today? Welcome to Scary Little Trees. I'm just mixing up my first color. You got to get it right. So. And that's very close. Sorry, I'm trying to get a nice off tan color here, and getting a little close, but I'm not quite nailing it there. Good. Glad to know you're doing good. I'm getting ready to paint badly. But I enjoy it. So I thought, hey, I should share something that I love with all of you. That's going to work well for my water stains and my corners. So let's go with that to begin with for my center. And then, right? And then I can work it outward more pale as I go. Because I do want the center to be a little darker. It's going to be a corner in shadow. And so I want to go lighter as I go out. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I also draw, also badly. That'll give us a good place to start for the corner, right? And what we can do, we can fire a little more yellow into that. Lighten it up a bit. My sound might be a little bit weird. The only place I could find to stick my microphone is bizarrely behind the canvas. So I'm actually talking through the canvas to you technically here. Down, where's my rag? There it is. That'll clean my brush and all. Go dry her out. There. Okay. Paint mixer in there. Right. And it's a little bit lighter. Perfection. Just like that. And nicely into there. Or at least try to. Boy, that looks a lot different on the camera than it does in front of me. Huh, interesting. I didn't know it would actually have that effect. I've never painted on the camera before. Well, okay. There we go. Into it a little bit. Whoa, excuse me. Sorry about that. Whoa. Glad I caught that before I did that while I was in the middle of a brush stroke. Whoa. Okay. Now, put my brush in my mouth for a second. Okay. Sorry if I sounded weird for a second there. I had my paintbrush in my mouth. That's where I tend to stash it when I'm mixing colors and I don't want to get it wet. Probably a bad habit, but whatever. All my paintbrushes have teeth marks in them from me holding them in my teeth while I'm changing colors. Yeah, that's going to work out pretty well for a color for the carpet. I like that. That'll do the job. That will do the job. Okay. More or less centered it on the canvas, so I'm good there. I'm feeling good about that. Look proper and blend properly. There we go. That in there. There we go. Also, we got tons of stuff coming coming on the channel today. Day 3 of the marble race should be up. If it isn't, it will be shortly. So make sure you check that out, especially if you've got a marble. Even if you don't, it's worth having a look at that. The marble races are a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So have a look. You might discover you've gone off to the finals. Who knows? Well, I know. Okay, well, that'll be good for preliminary. I want to get my background in and then start detailing everything. It does get subtly darker in the corner, though. Good, good. Well, you've been doing really well, too, which I also happen to know, so let's get subtly darker into the corner, which is what I was going for, so that's good. Okay, now we got to start the walls. Again, I want to go darker into the middle and lighter as I go out. I think maybe it might be easier to go from the out in this instance. Yeah, I think outside in this instance. Okay. So can anybody guess what I'm painting? Probably not. I mean, I have said it's a corner of a room, but all I've got is the carpet. I'm putting the wall in very yellow. Just psychotically too bright. Yeah, let's brown that up a little. Keep that burnt umber handy, you'll need that. Yeah, my painting rag, which is very obviously what it's for. Let me see. Yeah, might over brown that. It's always so hard to get it just right. Yeah, I need to go back. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe just a shade. Maybe just a shade later. There we go. That should do it. That should do it. I'm getting paint all over my hand. What a surprise. Like getting paint all over your hand. Who would have thought? Yesterday, while painting with the girls, I got some in my hair. That was wonderful. I don't know how I managed that one. Okay, so brush here. Whoa, sorry about how loud that is. Every time I touch the desk I'm on here. Holy crap. Didn't realize that was going to be that thunderous. Good morning, Humble. How you doing? Get off there, fly. Wherever did you come from? Okay. Strider, how you doing, man? Tried your amnesia last night till I, fell asleep. A lot later out here. We're 3 hours ahead, right? So I kind of tend to, fall asleep after a certain point. That's perfect color for the beginning. We'll go darker as we go in until we hit corner. Perfection. Glad to see y'all join me today for Scary Little Trees. Maybe one of these days I'll do this again and actually paint something with a tree in it. I don't know. The hard part about these walls is going to be the wallpaper. Not sure what design I'm going to do because there's a few to choose from. Yeah, good job, Strider, on getting past that. I do like your new pick. Of course, I knew that was going to be your new pick, though, because I kind of got to see it before you did, weirdly. Well, of course I did, I guess. I'm right here. But yeah, I really like it. It looks really good. Little channel makeover for you. Looks sharp, buddy. And I am doing quite well this morning. I'm doing one of my favorite things right now. So how could I not be well? Might not be great at it, but I sure enjoy doing it. Me Picasso, I'm not, but I like doing it. So I'm gonna. About that. Yeah, painting the wallpaper on is going to be the hard part. I'm not sure if I should do like little chevron like wallpaper, like it's sometimes represented, or if I should do the full on like swirly flower bit. Having to do the swirly flower thing repeatedly all over the walls might be a little more than I bargained for. So I don't know. I guess we'll. Ah, yeah, I don't know what you use for streaming software. I might have advice for that. I know how I do it with ours. So I could explain how to do it, but I don't know what you're using for streaming software. So I might not know yours enough to have any real good advice on that. Yeah, we use XSplit. Yes, what I'm using right this very second to stream to all of you lovely folks here this morning. Well, they definitely like the color I got for the wallpaper. I mean, that's definitely the right color. I'm just I'm not concerned with what I'm going to paint into the middle of the painting, right? That I know what I'm doing. The only part of this painting that's really concerning to me is the wallpaper. Not sure what I'm going to do about that wallpaper. I mean, at the moment, it's more just like, let's fill in the canvas, because that's sort of what I have to do before I can go to any other step. Fill in the canvas. Add details to everything. Add more details to everything. Yeah, glad it, yeah, when you first showed it to me, I was like, dude, that's mega cool. Strider will love it. It was really cool. Came to me last night being like, dude, you gotta see this. And I'm like, okay, what do I gotta see? And I was like, dude, Strider's gonna love that. At least I hope so. funniest thing is this little table easel I've got, the bottom piece of it went missing. So the only way to get it to keep sliding around is I actually had to tape it to the table. Like if you looked on the other side, I actually duct taped it down to keep it from moving all over the place when I'm trying to paint. Because while I was painting the kitty painting for Emma yesterday for Boo Boo, she asked me to paint a big orange kitty for her, which I did, a furry kitty. It was so hard because like the canvas kept sliding all over the place. So I solved that problem this morning by taping it down. Yeah, well, Mr. Editor knows what he's about, so he, you send him to do a mission like that, he's going to do a good job on it, and I think he really did. So when I saw that yesterday, I was like, well, I don't know how he's not going to like that. Like I said, yeah, I don't know what to tell you about the setting it as your intro thing there. I don't know what you use for streaming software, and I don't think you use the same thing we do, so I don't know how yours works enough to tell you how to do it. Okay. I'd say, hey, what do you think? But it's not really anything yet, so I don't think that there's anything to say. It's gradient colors on a mostly blank canvas so far. But then again, honestly, I didn't expect that in a morning stream time I was actually going to finish the whole painting. I mean, I just don't think that's possible. But I will get a good distance on this, and maybe I'll come back and finish it up on another day. I do enjoy doing this, so it wouldn't be very hard to convince me to come back on and paint some more. Oh, what? Do something I love to do? Yeah, I can do that. So, okay. Oh, thank you, Glenn. Actually, Strider, dude, XSplit's free, brother. I mean, you can pay for it to get more features. I believe we do, but the base version of it is absolutely free. So, okay, good. Now I need to go about a shade darker. Yeah, how we go? Cherry paintbrush in my mouth. There we go. Color. Nice. All right, yeah, y'all like Strider stuff, man. He's a good guy. And anybody watching out there, you like the kind of horror stuff we do, you should check out Strider. He's does some good stuff. I've been enjoying it, and I think you would too. Action. Yeah, actually, that's going to work out well. Well, that's why we try to build a little community, you know? We can all help lift each other up. That's the goal. And boy, speaking of, helping out each other or at least collaborating, boy, do we have a lot of that coming up. Starting tonight, 10:30, tune on in to Johnny Knight's channel to see myself, Johnny Knight, Bojo Dojo, and my venerable co-host Glyph Racker take on Escape the Backrooms. Started a playthrough with that a couple of weeks back, and we are going to continue that tonight. Should be very, very fun. I always have a great time gaming with those guys. Yeah, there were an uncomfortable amount of wieners, man. What is with that game? Hanging dead wang in your face all the time. Like, really. Having a good day, dead wang in your face. Bottom here, but that's okay. I can fix that. Yeah. I will have to blend that together a little better. However, that's very easily doable. First, I'm going to get both my sides in here. Right, like so. Yeah, like that. All right. Also, myself and Glyph will be back tonight. Doing, let's see. Well, I know we're going to do 7 days for sure. We already discussed that. That's been such an ongoing thing. I think we just gotta play some of that tonight. I should have probably mixed a huge amount more of this color. I'll burn that bridge when I come to it. There we go. The carpet. All there. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to want to come back and blend that. Gonna want to put a little bit of maybe delineating shadow or something along this here, just because of the color closeness of the carpet and wallpaper. But we'll worry about that. You just want to do really long 7 days from like 5 to 8 tonight? Yeah, we could do that. That's actually not a bad idea because that gives us do it a little bit different tonight because we're also going on with Johnny at 10:30. So that's maybe not a bad idea. Yeah, yeah. That's I follow. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Let's put that in then. Do you maybe want to do my usual thing today and wander over to our Discord and announce it? Since I'm going to be here when I usually would be doing that. Thank you. Not that I mind being here. Like I keep saying, I love painting, so it's my absolute pleasure to do this. I'm just hoping I don't run out of this color before I run out of the wall. I maybe went a little too stingy on how much of it I made. Might not have enough. Yeah, see, now seeing the color contrast between that. Nope, it's the corner of a room. Okay, carpet, walls. Nope, and if it was outside, I would have painted the sky on first. You didn't see me pulling out red, so I wasn't painting the sky. It's actually funny as I can faintly hear myself from down the hallway on Lift Tracker's playback. It's a weird echo. Echo, and then down the hall, echo. We're starting to run out of this color. That's not good. Really don't want to try and match this again. Oh, be enough. Be enough. It's not going to be enough. It is not going to be enough, no matter how much I want it to be. Oh, I didn't say you needed to do that, man. I could barely hear it. It was just amusing. I faintly hear myself, like very quietly, as an echo in the background, like it's coming from a great distance. And I thought that was funny. Oh, no, that color. That makes me unhappy. Now I gotta try and mix just a little tiny bit more without totally screwing this up. Yeah, I didn't quite make it to the end of Amnesia. I was so tired by about 2:30 or so. I was like literally falling asleep. I was like, dude, I wish you well, but if I don't go to sleep, I'm not going to get up in time to paint in the morning. So I think I might have got it. The color, that is. Yep, pretty much. Okay. And now I don't feel so bad because look, I made more, and it matches. That's a little light. A little bit light. Drop. There we go. I'll try that. That is the ticket. Yep, that's ticket. Got it. Okay, good. Still would have been better if I just could have made enough the first time. Would have been better if I just could have made enough the first time. Okay, there. Keep feeling like I should, Bob Ross it and be like, okay, now we're gonna paint a happy little tree down in this corner. But no trees here. Zero anyway. Okay, so that's good. Now, good, that is blending that as nice as I hoped it would. I'm wondering what I'm doing here because this paint is acrylic and somewhat water soluble. I'm taking just what's a really wet brush, no paint on it, and just running it between the two color gradient lines here to blend them into each other. Or at least I'm trying to. It's working somewhat. It is working a little. So Yeah, it is working a little. Oh, what is that? Get that off of there. What is that? It is very calming, actually. Just like that. And it just kind of looks water stained, which I'm okay with because it's supposed to be. Touch up there. Okay, I like the way that came up. That's it is perfect, nice and meditative, and I also like the way that left hand side blended together. That came out nice. Okay, let's do the same thing to the right. I don't know. I might just start doing this on mornings. There we go. Very nice. Ooh, what kind of sports are you into? I don't follow much myself anymore, but I used to. That's right. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. Painted there. There. Just give it a nice water stain look, but not quite what I'm going for. Ah, I'm a little bit of a football fan myself. Other than that, I'm a little bit into MMA. I follow it a little bit, and sumo wrestling. I literally never miss a basho. In fact, they just released the latest Bonsuke. I've got to go draft my stable. I participate in a sumo fantasy league. I am going to take the new Yokozuna Hoshoryu. He is awesome. Okay, I actually like the way that kind of blended it together. Actually, I think I got the perfect thing. much of that scraping noise is a little bit irritating. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, that worked. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The practice is crazy. They literally live at their gym and do sumo like 12 hours a day, and then eat a meal that would cripple most people. I watched. Some aren't, but it's mostly due to injury. Um, like being severely injured because of how violent the sport is. The thing most people don't realize is like you see a sumo wrestler and you think, oh man, big fat guy. But no, it's they purposely gain extra weight because it helps in sumo. And realistically, they are in better shape than probably most of us are. like, because I mean, one of the last Yokozuna, Teruno Fuji, retired in the last tournament, and well, he had diabetes, so I mean that didn't help. But also, he was just injured, knees were bad, stuff like that, and that tends to be most of the time what drives sumo wrestlers out of the business is some sort of nagging injury like that that they just can't get rid of or do anything about. But they did name a new Yokozuna at the end of the last Basho, fella by the name of Boshoryu. And I'm looking forward to see how he does in his first tournament as Yokozuna. Should be interesting. No, I honestly think I need to go even darker. Sitting here mixing paint, which is what I'm doing right now, mixing paint on my horrendous palette. Well, my very well used palette. And that's why I'm not doing anything at the moment. I'm trying to get my next color. Since I tend to be color mixing maniac that I am, gotta just tinker with it till I get the right shade. Does that vote right? Okay, perfect. Yeah, a lot of joint pains. You see a lot of the guys come out with all sorts of like tape on everything. Because, oh yeah, I mean, you have a 400 or 500 pound guy charge at you and then slap the crap out of you when you meet them. Yeah, you know, you're not gonna do well doing that a bunch of times a day, every day for years. Oh yeah, I could definitely stand. The biggest issue is, Cliff. Honestly, I do want to do that. My biggest issue is I need a standing easel for that because I tried to set up like that this morning. However, I don't have a standing easel, and I kind of need one for that to do it to do it the other way. Because actually, I'd far prefer to do it that way. Because I mean, literally, I'm sitting on the floor right now, and I would prefer not to be. Yeah, I tried to set it up that way because I wanted to get in shot as well. I made sure my beard and everything was on. It's not even the cam stand. I could figure that out because I can honestly uh, set that up fairly easily almost anywhere just because of the tripod and everything it comes on. The biggest, literally the biggest hold up to it is that I do not have a proper stand up easel. That's what I need more than anything to do this with me in shot and everything. Also, I'd enjoy that because it would allow me to do bigger canvases, which I'd like to do. I need a stand-up easel, so if you know anyone who's a carpenter, because yeah, honestly, I would prefer to be standing to do this. That's for very much sure. Oh, that's too bad. See, I subscribe to one of the Japanese networks channel, the YouTube channel that shows the sumo in English because they have like a North American branch of their channel on YouTube. If you're looking for that, NHK Japan. Yeah, check out NHK Japan. I watch them all the time. It's also occasionally interesting to catch Japanese news stories to get a different bit of a interesting perspective on, what somebody from a very different culture and place thinks about certain things. I like it for that too. Yeah. Next time we do well. I mean, we'll have to see. Like I said, if I can get an actual standing easel somehow, which I might have a couple of ideas about how I might be able to make that happen. Then all I need is a stand, like a stool or a little table or something to stand next to it. Put my brushes, my rinse water, whatever else on, and it'd be good to go. But only having this stupid table easel, I could not figure out a way to set this thing up in a way where you were going to be able to see both me and what I was painting. Just was not going to happen. So got up before this and went, well, let's see if I can figure this out. And this was really the only good way I could come up with to show you what I was painting. I mean, the only other way I could set up was you would only see me, but not what I was doing, or you would only Yeah, okay, you know NHK News then. Yeah, yeah. That's where I watch my sumo a lot of the time. Because it's one of the best places to get it in North America. Otherwise, it can be kind of hard to find. Lessons have been learned. That again, take it a little less on that this time. Now I want to come really dark and then black right down the middle. So yeah, well, that actual single bar stool would make a perfect little table for me to put my brushes and my water and everything like that on, my rag and that sort of stuff. Because like I mean, I've got no problem standing for the hour and a half. I have legs; they work. I was gonna stand today for this whole thing. Like I said, I just couldn't figure out how I was gonna get myself and my painting in shot. Okay, that is a little bit dark. Maybe what I might do, shoot a little more yellow. Yeah, great. Now I do. I want sushi too. Sushi is delicious. Love it. Uh, Give me the fish and the rice. I know how to make it. I mean, I'm no master or anything, but I have been taught how to do it. I don't know if you're aware of this or not, Strider. I know most of our other viewers are. There's a reason our channel's called the Side Order, because both Cliff and myself worked for many, many years in kitchens. You betcha. I could not have said that better myself, man. You want a job that's more stressful than anything you'll ever do and more thankless than anything you'll ever do? Go work in kitchens. You'll get zero respect from anybody else in the restaurant or anybody else in general for the hard work that you do, and it is hard work. And, nor will you be really paid for it well either. Yeah. Here's somebody, oh, I'm thinking about going into the culinary career. My advice is don't. I mean, unless you like having your head pooped on and then have to thank the guy for the hat, then I mean, go ahead and work in kitchens. went a little bit too dark on that, and now too much of a line there. Blur that out a bit like that. Yeah, it's a little better. That's a little better. Oh, you wouldn't want to. You wouldn't want it to be. Yeah, you are absolutely correct, sir. Cliff has the right of it there. And like I also said, plus the just thanklessness of it. I mean, you do a job that should be valued. I mean, it's not a job anyone can do. It's not a job that is easy. And it can be stressful like you could not even imagine. And you get nothing for that, basically. And it's gotten a lot worse in these days when people would rather pay five idiots or two idiots minimum wage than one guy who knows what they're doing, a good wage. And you run into that everywhere. Well, it's at least not making the line obvious, which is what I'm more or less looking for here, because that was a little bit too obvious where my delineation was there. So I'm trying to blend that out a little. So it's not such an obvious line and mark there. I don't like that. That's not just Gordon Ramsay. Chef who taught me used to refer to everyone under him as weasels. Angry, angry little Dutchman. He actually made Gordon Ramsay look calm. Screaming chefs is a stereotype for a reason. I mean, I myself have had some absolutely classic kitchen rage moments. Gordon Ramsay is funny. Oh, sorry about that noise. Ooh. But also, I got to keep the. It's another good point. Keep the mic behind the canvas. That way, I won't get paint on it because I've managed to get paint and water even on my camera a little. So now my tripod's painted a little. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay is hilarious. course, I look at most of the contestants and people he has on that show and think, man, these people are donkeys. I'd be yelling the same thing if I was in that kitchen. But I think they hire people, like they put people on the show purposely aren't that good. I always thought like I'd love to be on a Gordon Ramsay show, but I never could because I don't suck that bad. Because they, it's TV, right? So they take people who purposely are great, purposely are going to cause conflict and stuff, and that's not me, man. So so guess you're not gonna, I'm not gonna be very entertaining for you on that show. I guess what I'm trying to say. Sure, I've done that. Hey, you ain't serving that. Do it again. And then I'll usually call them a weasel. You ain't serving that, weasel. Do it again. Okay, well, that was funny. You didn't see that, but no, good. That's a good chef. That's a good chef right there. Then that's what he should be doing if it's crap. You don't send crap to the customer. Man, I got a lot of paint on my hand. Look at that. That's paint, I assure you. To be expected, though. Got paint on myself. Whoa, hey, not a surprise while I'm painting. Put that there so it dries out a little. Where's my stirring rod? There it is. A little darker. Yeah, let's go a little darker. Why does my brown seem to be leaking or something? My burnt umber is leaking, everyone. Every time I go to squirt some out, it leaks out the top of the cap is like leaking or something. And it's staying sealed more or less when I leave it sitting there, but something with the squeeze it out. Oh, good. How's that? Cooking off? No, that's actually lighter, so okay, darker it is. That's right. Well, a simple thing. If you wouldn't eat it or you wouldn't be happy with it at a restaurant, don't send it. Simple rule. You never break that rule, you'll have happy customers. Always my question, well, would you eat that? No? Then why are you sending it to somebody else? If you wouldn't eat it. Okay. I didn't want to do it this way. Ooh, just got paint on the pants. There we go. Oh, hey, even a little bit on my computer. Awesome. How'd I do that? That's okay. It's just paint. And timing. Timing isn't just key, it's everything. In terms of like, you're trying to make your things run smooth. I mean, number one is quality. That's of course your biggest job. But not too far second is timing. Need to know what's coming, when it's coming, what everybody needs next, what you need to send out next. If you're expo, you need to know what everybody else is doing. It's yeah. Yeah, that should actually do it. Yeah, that's what I want. Right down the middle of that. Start. Oh wow. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't going to get this painting done today, and I can't actually believe I've been at this long already. Well, painting is a time-consuming process, I guess, and I think I'll be back with another episode of this. I've enjoyed doing it quite a bit, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me paint badly. You know, also a good point about just doing one stream for an extended time tonight is also we got a bunch of marble. Well, we got some marble race stuff to do anyway. So let's leave time for that. That's important. That. That. Okay. Okay, now. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Okay, now. Need to re-yellow that up just a touch. Fill in that area, blend it all together, and I'll have my walls and my shading done. Then it's a matter of detailing in carpet, the edges here, to give that a little more delineation, and actually painting the wallpaper. However, I'm going to have to do that once it's dry. Now, I am going to finish this background before I get out of here today. Already got the paint shades ready, so I don't want to have to try and match this later. That could turn into a disaster. So we're going to finish that at least right now. Then, I'm probably going to have to leave this painting alone, not only because we'll be out of time, but also because I am going to need to let it dry before I add the next layer of stuff to it. Or the paint will all just blur together. Who wants that? I don't. Still, I think this painting's turned out actually a little bit better than I expected it would. So, of course, as I've pointed out a few times, I am one of those artists who hates everything they do, so I'm not really the best judge. That's okay. We'll get over it one day, or maybe not. I mean, I still haven't gotten over it in 47 years, so. But we're going to have just enough time, and hopefully just enough paint to get all of that hopefully blended together a little better. And I mean, honestly, a lot of this is going to be behind what's going to be in the middle right here. But that's not going to stop me from painting it all in first. I maybe shouldn't do that, but I always do. I don't know, I got no formal training at this, so I mean, I do this entirely on what feels right to me. But we almost do have the point where I'm going to be finished with this one for today. Almost there. So finish this. Try to blend that a little better. I don't know, I might have to come back with another color later on and maybe try to blend that all in together a little better because that line there is a little harsh. And I'm not the hugest fan of that. Now, I mean, I do think it does work in terms of creating the perspective I'm looking for that obviously being the corner. Uh, does definitely do that. So, at least pleased with that. I'm not best pleased with the delineation here, though, between the colors. This is blending all right, and I can get that to blend together. But I'm not best pleased by this. Yeah, it's doing it a little better. Okay. That's looking better-ish. Very gently. This. Like that. There we go. That's good. Okay, that's getting it a little bit. That's getting it a little. just a bit better there. There we go. And again, it's also creating that water stained wall look, which I like. Good. There, like that. So, okay. Actually, yeah. Okay, there. That's actually much better. Much better. Get a bit of that on there, though, because that's paint a little there. So, just get a bit of that there. So, okay. That blended together much nicer. So, excellent. Get a bit of glare off of it there. Anyway, that's it so far. Like I said, corner of a room. I think it's actually fairly obvious that's what it is. So, anyway, we will be back today at 5 p.m. with 7 Days to Die. We're going to do an extended stream, 5 till 8, maybe later, who knows. We get playing that game. Sometimes we don't want to stop. This has been Odinson in the side order with Scary Little Trees. Thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed the painting, and I think I will be back to do it again. Hopefully, we can get me a stand-up easel so I can do some bigger paintings and can maybe even break out my oil paints. Boy, would I like that. In the meantime, you have yourselves a good afternoon. Please don't forget to check out our Discord. Link to that is in the description below, as is a link to our new merch shop. Anyway, I will see you all at 5 p.m. for some great 7 Days to Die action. And until then, I will see you all next time.